Chris, you're almost at the end point now. How are you feeling about completing the circle?
I won't lie to you, there's been a few moments on my own when I've had in the van, and I flicked back to the beginning of my journey on my social media pages, and yeah, it's given me a little tear, you know, but more tears of happiness, because to see how far, you know, I've come as a person in that time.
In 2017, Chris Lewis had a goal to raise £100,000 for the Armed Forces charity SAFA.
I'm going to be walking the coastline of the United Kingdom. I'll be starting from Llangennith Beach.
It was a charity which had been supporting the ex-paratrooper, then in a very different place. A single parent, his daughter had just left home for college, he was on the brink of homelessness, unable to hold down jobs and experiencing severe depression.
I just wasn't in a good way, you know, my train of thought was never positive, it was always negative. I felt like the whole world was against me, and I was, regardless of how much help people tried to give me, I knew this was something that I had to fix myself.
And so began, with 2 days' rations and the last £10 he had, a 6-year, life-changing odyssey.
I'm walking along the beach towards Prestatyn. Yes, I've just arrived into Portrush. Slept in a graveyard last night, tidy.
Soon enough, accompanied by a rescue dog called Jet.
Isn't that beautiful, eh, pal?
Hugging the actual linear coastline as much as humanly possible.
The tide's come in and completely cut us off on this section.
Nipping inland too to climb Britain's highest mountains. It would take them 3.5 years to walk Scotland alone and most of its islands.
The weather's turning, we've got it coming in, and it's absolutely Baltic, so we're making serious...
The struggle for food, water and shelter constant.
We're getting absolutely smashed!
How many injuries did you sustain?
Broken fingers, my ankle, I've had to pull my own teeth out and stuff like this, but I never looked at it as sort of, oh no, I need to stop this now. It was more of, I love finding out what I'm personally capable of.
I got a puncture in my airbed, not good.
This is in my tent. Scottish midges are just everywhere. There's nothing I can do, and this is morning.
When lockdown hit, the story of Chris and Jet isolating for months alone on the uninhabited island of Hildesay drew international attention. Earlier, he'd been fated with torch-bearing duties at a Shetland Viking fire festival.
So this is the galley. What are we going to do? What are we going to do now? We're going to burn it. We're going to burn this galley.
And as news of their epic challenge spread, local gestures of support grew.
Someone come down with pizza and food for Jet and a box of chicken, and I'll show you. I don't even know who's brought this for me. So look at this, right? I'm on an island on my own. This family have come up and brought me Christmas dinner by boat. On a personal level, going from a position in my life where I wasn't really speaking to anybody whatsoever to throwing myself into a position where I kind of had no choice was an absolute lifesaver for me. People have been incredible. You know, I felt more of a part of a community travelling than I have being in one place, certainly.
It's times like these you learn to live again. It's times like these you give and give again. It's times like these you learn to love again.
Did you ever imagine you'd fall in love along the way and return to Wales with a family?
I think I'm more surprised that someone fell in love with me. It's ironic, the first night that I met Kate, my socks were just so bad. You know, I'd had nowhere to wash anything. It had been a long time. And I knew the second that she smelt those and still carried on talking to me that it was an absolute winner.
3 years ago, he met Kate Barron, a teacher on her own wild coastal trek. Soon they'd be walking from Scotland into England together, now with a legion of online followers.
Thank you so much, Swanage.
And when 3 weeks ago Chris finally walked back into Wales for the final leg, they brought with them a 14-month-old son, Magnus. How proud are you of what Chris has achieved?
Yeah, I'm really proud. I mean, it's been a life-changing journey, and I think
for Chris to come so far, even I didn't know him when he set off, but even having seen pictures of him from when he started, he's unrecognisable to me. It's a different person, or someone that's been able to reclaim the sense of self that he had lost.
He loves it.
Do you think this journey saved you in some respects?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's like this. Where would I be now if I hadn't have started it?
And so this Saturday, Chris Lewis finally returns to the Swansea beach he left that morning in August 6 years ago. He's covered 19,000 miles, he thinks, 16,000 of them with his beloved Jet, as he puts it, a legend in her own right. As for that target of raising £100,000 for charity, he's almost quadrupled it.
See, when you ask about finishing the walk, and I have to pinch myself that I'm finishing, I think the real pinching is the fact that who I've come back with. That, to me, is the biggest prize of all of this. And, you know, we look forward to many more adventures after this.
It's times like these, time again.